Hey, welcome back to Stage Door, a theater podcast for everybody that lives in Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan, because that's who we feature. We feature all those kinds of community theater groups. Today we're doing something that's pretty cool with Luke DeRosen, Luke D. Rosen, not DeRosen, Luke D. Rosen, and Matt Zwire, who did something really cool. We're live on location at Stone Soup Recording Studios because they're doing something obviously very unique because, like, who does this? Who actually makes their own musical? That's insane.
No sane person, yeah.
It's insane. I mean, how long has this been going on? Like a couple weeks? You started like a couple weeks ago, and now you put it together?
Yeah, you mean from the very beginning?
From the very beginning.
From the very beginning. Matt, we had our first meeting about it right about a year ago, didn't we?
Are you serious? It was only a year ago?
It was only a year ago.
I was joking around. I thought you guys have been working on this forever.
Oh, then just wait.
Yeah,
okay.
you haven't heard the half of it then.
All right.
It was about a year ago that I told Matt, we ended Secret Garden last year with Evergreen.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, I'm going to have the right kids to do this. Is this finally when Matt and I are going to write this musical? Because we'd been talking about doing something for years.
Something there was. So you had a spark, like
there
a while
was a
ago.
spark of we want to do this. We wrote a song for somebody years ago and discovered that we worked pretty well together.
Oh,
Yep.
you guys don't get on each other's nerves, unlike Tom and I.
I go out of my way to get on his nerves.
Excellent.
But we met about a year ago and started putting down some general plans, and we went through all kinds of stuff. There was some Brothers Grimm that we were looking at. We thought, and this is how naive we were at the time. We thought it would be easier if we had a bunch of stories that were just kind of glued together, and that would be easier.
With cats dancing, something like that.
Maybe we weren't sure. We weren't sure what it was going to be.
Yeah. We were running through a
and-
lot of different potential source material, but had no idea.
Yeah,
And then one of the two of us said something, well, what about Scheherazade and the 1001 Arabian Nights? And so we pulled up a copy of that and started looking through that and seeing if there was something in there that we could grab onto.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we met again in June, and I remember at the beginning of July, I was coming down through the lower peninsula of Michigan, and I thought, well, I've got hours of nothing. I could put this.
Did you say the lower peninsula of Michigan?
Yeah, the lower.
I've
peninsula.
never heard that term before. Just the upper peninsula, but you called Michigan part
Yeah,
the lower peninsula? The mitten part? You called that
part.
the lower peninsula?
Well, it's the upper, might as well be the
I just
lower.
have never heard that
I was-
before.
Well, I was right about at the top of the middle finger.
Okay.
And that was when I thought,
That's appropriate.
yeah,
You're right. Got across the Mackinac Bridge and
exactly.
bought
I
your
was
fudge.
right across, and I got my
Fudge.
I got my fudge,
Yeah.
and then did a book on tape, 1001 Arabian Nights, and just listened to it the whole way down, and started picking up ideas. And our problem was the problem that Matt and I usually have, which is we were too busy. And so nothing really happened. We would talk back and forth about ideas and develop some ideas, but nothing really happened over the summer. And then I was involved in something rotten, and so was Matt
Yep.
at the Rep. And so we didn't have time then. And then I flipped right over and started Christmas Carol at the Rep. So we didn't have time then.
Correct.
What do you mean you started? You performed in it?
I was music directing.
Gotcha.
And so by the time November came around, I finally said to Matt, well, if I announce this is what we're doing
This November?
this November,
This
Oh
November.
my gosh.
if I announce this is what we're doing to my kids, I wouldn't disappoint my kids. So then we would have to do it, right?
But he used an emoji, so I thought he was kind of
Was
kidding.
it the eggplant
which
one?
one?
Which one was it?
No, and so
little
I
farty emoji. What was it? What was the
What was
emoji?
it?
Go ahead.
There was a wink involved.
Oh,
Yes,
wink.
There was
All
a
right.
wink involved.
And so I announced it to the students that that's what we were doing about the second week of November. And a couple songs were written by December so that we
But
could
I
do
have to interject
auditions.
You
here.
guys are like
So he
exam
announces it to his
crunching.
kids, thinking that he has told me because,
Oh, jeez.
I thought he was joking. So he sent
Well,
me
there was
another
a winky
text.
face. I mean,
He sent me another text a week after he announced it to the kids and said, "So we should probably get on this. What are you talking about?"
how many songs have you written? Right? What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, winky face. Means I'm kidding, right?
That mean no. Winky face means we're full go. I'm pretty
okay.
sure.
All right.
Yeah, winky.
I don't know my
means-
emojis.
No, I don't know.
So
Clearly, that's like maybe. That means like I.
So you told them how much you had done.
yeah, and which was nothing.
Nothing.
Virtually. And
So we had nothing done in
End of-
November.
End of December.
Oh my gosh.
There were the beginnings of 5 songs that we could use as audition material.
Nice.
And
So you somehow squeezed that in there though, because you said you were doing Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
Wow.
those 5 songs came in. What was it? About a week and a half.
Week and a half,
something
yeah.
like that. And
In between preparing for other Christmas gigs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no kidding. Well,
And-
Luke, you're a teacher though at Evergreen,
I'm a
right?
teacher. And
So you were on Christmas break, so you had all the time in the world.
except I'm also a church music director. So, but the writing was supposed to then start in earnest at the beginning of January, and then I was in bed for 10 days with COVID.
Oh, geez.
So.
So it's basically all Matt all the time. Then is that what you're saying?
Well, we began a couple of the stories.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we did the divide and conquer. I went at the music, he went at the book, and pretty much all of this has come into existence since, say, January.
Correct.
Okay. Well, we don't know the story, so this is obviously a unique story.
I'm counting months.
Oh,
It's
you're
only
counting-
4 months from that since then.
We were one
And you
step
performed it
ahead
how
of the
long
kids.
ago?
Yeah, I would finish writing something, and I would press print at 2:50 in the afternoon for the 3 o'clock rehearsal.
You did not.
Oh yeah,
You had a whole
That-
10 minutes.
Did you tell anybody you did that?
The kids knew; they just laughed at me. So.
Jeez. See, so again, you guys were exam crunching last minute, procrastinate. Oh crap! I actually do need to pass this class, so let's do it.
2.5 weeks before the show opened, that song that you recorded did not exist.
Oh, 2.5 weeks before the show opened.
Right.
The title
you-
song of the show.
The title
title
song
song
was
of
Common
there.
Ground.
And
So-
part of it was because it was the title song. That was kind of, it was sort of a bit
Daunting, yeah.
daunting, yeah.
Yeah.
For those familiar with the musical now movie Tick Tick Boom, it was essentially that same scenario.
Oh, yeah. I have seen it.
I have not seen it, so I'm a bad
I
person.
have.
Is there a song in that show called Tick Tick Boom?
Well, the
Not really.
Oh,
the pivotal song in the show was the one that he didn't have written.
gotcha. Makes sense though, because that's the one that everybody's going to know and love, right? And you put a lot of pressure on yourself to make sure it's just right.
Exactly.
Well, we had a lot of pressure, those 4 months.
Yeah, he just said you're going to do a dang show, so you better have a show.
I'm just glad he works well off of deadlines because so do I, and that was the push.
and
to get it
and
going.
I
Mandatory at
knew
this
that
point.
that's what that the two of us. That's the only way we work, because if we talk about something 2 years from now, we should have something done. We're gonna wait until a year and 9 months from now to start it.
So how many songs we talking total?
Well, this recording that we're doing has 24, and it's not nearly all of it.
What? There's 24 songs in the show.
Yeah, some of them are
Vocal songs
Some
are
of
just-
them,
okay.
Some of them are short things, but there are 24 numbers
Correct.
actually in this recording.
All of them with people singing, or some is that instrumental?
2 of them are instrumental.
Oh wow, that's a lot of singing. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's a heavy.
It's-
So when you said we have enough kids and talent here to do it this year, you weren't kidding. You needed a lot of talent to be able to do this. Then
And
What
it was,
is the
it was
show?
interesting because we started with the 5 songs for the auditions, and made it. They were a little more generic, not really geared toward specific kids. But then once we had the cast, we could really zero in on the rest of them and play
Gotcha,
it,
gotcha.
play it to
So
their
so
strengths.
the poster is got a cup of coffee on it, and it's called Common Grounds. Can you tell people what this is about? Because unless you went to Evergreen High School, you're a friend or family that came and saw this. Nobody's going to know what this is. This is
Right.
very unique and
And hopefully
original.
there'll be some opportunities to see it
Yeah.
in the near future.
Right.
But again, based off of Arabian Nights, I can give you the
Please
brief
do, 'cause I don't
synopsis
know
or
any of that stuff, so.
the full. Essentially, it's a modern take on that where you have a woman in a power position, and Scheherazade in Arabian Nights. It's so hard. To give a quick synopsis, because when it's all said and done, it's story upon story upon story upon story. So if you start talking about each of the stories, it'll take you forever. But I guess the crux is boy meets girl, or girl meets boy, and girl is not at all taken by the boy.
Oh, that's my life
That's
story.
real life. Yeah.
Except for the fact that he tells a great story and doesn't end it. And in her world, because she's a production manager, she needs the story. She needs it done. She needs it finished. And when he tells this heck of a story but doesn't end, she wants to know what happens next. So at this open mic night at a coffee bar, I guess I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah.
She's doesn't get what she wants.
Gotcha.
So
So is
she
the
needs to
crux
come
of the
back.
thing that this guy is knows what he's doing then. He's manipulating her by not telling her the end of the story, so she has to come back for more story?
At the beginning, I don't think he knows.
Oh.
But by the third time, he knows what's going on.
Maybe
And
he
so,
doesn't
yes.
know the story. So maybe he waited until 3 months before the story was supposed to be produced.
So how much
And
is
then
this similar to actually how you guys put this show together?
You're
I mean, that
very.
doesn't sound like you actually knew the end of it before you actually did it.
It's very meta. We did not write it in order,
No.
but we had our outline. We knew where it was going,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. But that also shifted along the way, too, when we had more and more conversations about it. And now that we're done, I'm really excited to actually collaborate because now we get to go back and tweak it.
Yeah.
So
That's good. So you can workshop this whole show a little bit more and figure out what needs to be adjusted. Cool.
This entire show was the collaboration was phone calls on the way to something else,
correct.
and a couple Zoom meetings.
And we would chip each other the material. What do you think? Is there anything glaring?
Did you say you chip each other or ship each? What'd you say? What'd you? You said you chip each other the material?
I don't know what you said.
Ship? I
Ship?
think
Oh, okay.
ship.
I
should
didn't know if you.
enunciate.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
I didn't know if there was some cool term I didn't know. You know, it's
Nope.
very likely I don't know stuff. So,
This could be the beginning of it.
yeah, chip something. Well, so we are on location at Stone Soup Recording Studio. So if you guys listening to this hear some once in a while, doors are going to be opening, people are going to be singing. So if you hear something in the background, that's what it is. We're here right now. Like I said, we literally grabbed you guys.
Or I'm tripping over a drum set.
Yeah. Yeah, we literally grabbed you when there was like a break, when they just needed some vocal breaks, I believe. So
But how awesome for somebody who doesn't work at Evergreen to have these high school students do an original cast recording of
Right.
a brand new show.
Unheard of.
it's crazy. That's why, Luke, I saw this coming out, and then I have been talking with Luke back and forth for maybe 9 months or so, no, about like, hey, let's do this thing, and this is. I just thought it was a great idea. I wanted to, because nobody's doing this. Nobody's producing their own musicals anywhere, and we thought it definitely needed to be highlighted. So
Well, the best part of this is now you've got the songs
Yeah.
and you're recording the songs. So now you can take it once it's all finished and produced out. Say, okay, would you be interested in performing this somewhere else?
is that the goal?
Here's the music.
Yeah,
Is
the
that the goal?
goal is I told the students from the beginning that the goal for this was, if and when it's done again, you know how you get a role in a show, and what's the first thing you do? You go listen to all the songs that you're going to be doing from it. So they're going to be that recording.
Yeah, so I guess
that you
we
go
should
for.
clarify. That's why we're here. This is the original cast recording of this musical that is original that you guys created. So that's
Correct.
Very cool. Very cool.
And we happen to be actually on Broadway.
We do.
That's
It's the
true.
name of the street we're on. So literally we're recording that so they can be the original Broadway cast.
Yes, I,
didn't
love
even
it.
think about
I
that.
love it.
Sorry.
No, that's what you get, man. We're sharp as tacks. All right, so I don't know. Is there anything else you want to ask them? Like any crazy stuff? Like you said, there's 24, 27, 29 songs in this thing. That's nuts.
So what is your final goal here? I mean,
Yeah.
you obviously, besides just to have a version of the song, I mean, what is your next step? Where do you guys take this?
With the show or
Yeah.
our collaborations?
Yes. Well, let's start with the show.
Well, yeah, you're recording this. Where's it going?
I would love to see it workshopped.
Okay.
Bring in some people, do a reading, tweak it, make it a little bit more fine-tuned, and then have it either locally or regionally done.
Okay.
Maybe have some licensing companies come by, see if they like it, pick it up so it can be produced
Yeah.
nationally, internationally. Because although I'm proud of what we have done, it's not about us. I'm really proud of the product, and I'm really proud of what the kids were able to do with this first run.
Is it so? This is being recorded. Is it going on an album? Where's it? Where can people hear this? We got to
Album.
know
How
where it's
old are
going to
you?
be. Hey, that's why I need to ask. Okay, I'm trying to clarify. I'm very old, actually.
Yeah. To clarify, I actually looked today at the price to do vinyl. So if we do 100 vinyl copies,
That's cool.
Yeah, but we're not going to.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
If you have 98 people to buy them, you do that.
Yeah, if I can get 100 people to do it, then fine. But this will be on all of the digital media platforms,
like all the streaming services.
all the streaming
It's like
services.
Spotify, like right
Yeah.
where this podcast is.
And it was funny because I was going down the list with the kids. It'll be on iTunes, it'll be on Spotify, it'll be on this, it'll be on that, it'll be on Napster. I didn't even know that existed anymore, but it does. And so I'm going down the list and they're like, oh, that's cool. And then the last one on the list was TikTok. And they just went bonkers. We're gonna be on TikTok.
Wait, what? They have music on? I'm confused. I get. Oh,
Apparently.
Well,
Yeah.
like they don't have albums on there, do they? Or is it like music's available for? Because I know you put like a video up and then you click music that's funky with it to go with it.
I
Is that
think
what it is?
that's what it's for.
Awesome. So you get like a little 30-second snippet of with the balls and the ball, the bang, or whatever song.
Yeah. Exactly.
That
will
may be
we-
the one I pick all the
Will
time.
we be able to buy the music?
Oh yeah.
It'll be for purchase also.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. But Spotify.
And
That's real.
Spotify, iTunes, all the stuff.
And I know I did just the book and a few of the lyrics, but I need to brag a little bit on Luke because these songs are singles in and of themselves.
Cool.
Like I can hear different artists from around the country picking them up and making them go gold or platinum or whatever the
Nice.
The
You
term
just
is
did
now.
just the book. That's what you
Yeah,
just the book.
just the book.
My quotations that nobody can see.
He wrote all the
Finger
stories that this entire thing revolves around. But just the book.
Is this there's words as well as music? I mean, in the
Oh
play.
yes, it's a book musical. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So it's not.
I've seen that are just nothing but
Yeah.
music, but
So it's not Les Mis where they sing the whole thing. It is
Right.
Correct.
Back and forth.
will this bring on another collaboration? Have you thought about it yet?
We've-
Or is it are you two still into this one?
Honestly, we had other things that we were talking about before this one even came up.
Yep.
But we've got some ideas. This will not be the last one. Although I told him that it's going to be the last one for at least a couple months. So,
Oh, that's it.
Which
just
means
a
you've already
couple
started.
months.
yeah, right. Yeah.
A couple months. That's not. It's a couple years. A couple months. That's nothing. You guys are machines then.
Well, we don't have any due dates for the next one yet. So why start?
Well, right now we want a due date. You put it on this podcast, and then you'll have to do it.
oh
Okay.
boy.
Ooh.
There we go.
I'm just kidding.
Terrifying.
Did you see that? I was all for
He
it.
almost jumped in.
This is why I never sleep.
I love it.
I am really looking forward to hearing the whole thing. I loved what I heard in the studio so far. The Common Ground song, which is the title song.
All right. So when is this going to be available though? Do you know when it's going to be available?
Good question.
Okay.
I haven't really talked with Eric, the engineer here. I haven't talked with him about a timeline on it, but it'll be in the next few months.
Well, we're going to obviously want to know about it. So as soon as it's available, we're going to have this podcast dropped and then, a couple weeks from now, probably 3-4 weeks from now. And then you want to tell us exactly when this thing comes out, and then we'll make sure we make a big deal about it everywhere. Okay?
Yeah.
Much
Sounds
appreciated.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no, this is
something new
great.
for us too. That's why we love it.
Something cool.
So.
Yep. All right, that's it. I think we're done. Unless you got other great things to tell us about, like the next show you're doing.
That's
Speechless.
That's a no.
No.
Nothing at the moment.
All right, man. Thanks for stepping away and spending some time with us. Very much appreciated.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for having us.
Bye.
Terrific.